Hello, everyone. Welcome to Lesson 55 in the Course in Miracles. Lesson 55 is yet another review, and we are reviewing lessons 21 through 25. Those lessons are: I am determined to see things differently. What I see is a form of vengeance. I can escape from this world by giving up attack thoughts. I do not perceive my own best interests, and I do not know what anything is for. 1. I am determined to see things differently. What I see now are but signs of disease, disaster, and death. This cannot be what God created for his beloved Son. The very fact that I see such things is proof that I do not understand God. Therefore, I also do not understand his Son. What I see tells me that I do not know who I am. I am determined to see the witnesses to the truth in me, rather than those which show me an illusion of myself. Number 2, what I see is a form of vengeance. The world I see is hardly the representation of loving thoughts. It is a picture of attack on everything by everything. It is anything but a reflection of the love of God and the love of his Son. It is my own attack thoughts that give rise to this picture. My loving thoughts will save me from this perception of the world and give me the peace God intended me to have. 3, I can escape from this world by giving up attack thoughts. Herein lies salvation and nowhere else. Without attack thoughts, I could not see a world of attack. As forgiveness allows love to return to my awareness, I will see a world of peace and safety and joy. And it is this I choose to see in place of what I look on now. 4, I do not perceive my own best interests. How could I recognize my own best interests when I do not know who I am? What I think are my best interests would merely bind me closer to the world of illusions. I am willing to follow the guide God has given me to find out what my own best interests are, recognizing that I cannot perceive them by myself. And 5, I do not know what anything is for. To me, the purpose of everything is to prove that my illusions about myself are real. It is for this purpose that I attempt to use everyone and everything. It is for this that I believe the world is for. Therefore, I do not recognize its real purpose. The purpose I have given the world has led to a frightening picture of it. Let me open my mind to the world's real purpose by withdrawing the one I have given it and learning the truth about it. Today, we are looking at the duality that we have created by choosing to look at separation, by choosing to believe that we could be separate from our Creator. And that's sort of like disowning your parents. I'm not your daughter anymore. I'm not your son anymore. You can say that, you can deny it, but biology begs to differ. With the advent of DNA, we have proven so many times that it doesn't matter where we go or what we do, we are matched to those who we are biologically matched to. And so as we deny that we are a part of God, the only thing that we can do is create illusions. We cannot possibly see the truth if we are not coming from a place of truth. Think about times when you have made a decision that you're going to be treated unfairly, or I just was talking to someone the other day who said 2 supervisors had called them and asked to speak with that person. And she said, well, immediately she was going, what did I do? They're going to tell me I did this wrong. They're going to tell me this. I'm going to get fired. It's going to be awful. And she went into this defense attack mode. And so she was preparing for attack defend. And she had every defense known to man in her mind. And so she walked in defensive. She walked in uptight, and she started looking for cues that would validate that perception. And so she was looking for, well, is she making eye contact? Is she staring at me? What words is she saying? What is she intending? And she wanted to prove herself right. This is what the ego does. And if we could say, I don't know who I am, I don't know what my best interests are, I surrender and I let the Holy Spirit guide me, we could come from a place of love and allow things to unfold more lovingly. We will see completely different pictures of the world, whether we look from love or fear and anger. And so if I'm going in looking for attack, that's exactly what I'm going to see. And I'm going to come defensively. If I look for love, I'm going to see where love is, even if it's a place where we can't hang out. Okay. So just give yourself the opportunity to realize that we are determined to see things through love, that we are determined to see through truth rather than through our own illusions. Give yourself permission maybe to be wrong about some assumptions that you've made. Okay. Lesson 55 from Tina Spalding's A Year of Forgiveness and her channeling of Jesus. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. It is a wonderful gift you give yourself today to review these lessons. Some have different wording than in the original text. Your mind notices, but we want you to understand that we speak about principles and ideas. The reason for changing the words is so that you do not become too dogmatic. You might notice some religious institutions on your plane use individual words inflexibly, depending on who translated the original text into English or French or whatever language you read it in. We want you to understand these lessons are not about hard and fast facts and rules. This is the world of the ego, the quantifiable and measurable. You are used to that system. We use slightly different words so that you see the meanings behind their symbols and do not get too hung up, as one tends to do in this society, on specific words. Words are symbols of symbols. When you translate the language of ancient texts into another language and continue with many iterations through history, you have symbols of symbols of symbols. This is what you are faced with in many of your religious dogmas. This is one of the reasons we channel through this being, for you to hear it firsthand and to have elaborate explanations given to you over time on every given day so that you do not become obsessed with the details. This does not mean that accuracy is not important, but we do not want you to become compulsive or dogmatic. We want you to have a relaxed diligence in your practice. That means you let go of control, fear, and judgment. But you practice, you can both be diligent and relaxed. The ego wants control and it wants to be precise. It wants to measure things immediately. It's based in time and it uses the body. It's important for you to understand the principles we want to cultivate. We want you to be relaxed, be happy, be open, and feel good. These are some of the clues you get from your new experience. Your new experience of those nice feelings is your feedback system saying, well done, you're on track. If you become too obsessive about the lessons or too fearful when you miss one, then you might feel a negative emotion. That is your guidance system saying, no, don't do it that way. Let us continue on the path of diligent relaxation. Your guidance system is constant and accurate. You always know whether you feel good, happy, relaxed, contented, curious, creative, and imaginative. Sleepy is a little different, but it's okay. If you feel that overwhelming urge to take a nap, do not resist it. Do not think that you're being lazy. The thought, I am being lazy, is the thing that gives you a bad feeling about napping or resting. It is not the feeling of resting itself. These are some of the discernments you master as you go through these lessons. You begin to feel into how to do these lessons and how to be in the world. You go from being high-strung, high-stressed, controlling, argumentative, and accusatory to relaxed, open, less focused on time, healthier, and more pleasant to be around. I am that one that you know is Jesus, and we will see you again tomorrow. It's interesting that the year of forgiveness often talks about the process of doing these lessons more than necessarily the lessons themselves. But it's easy to get caught up in the lessons and trying to do them right. The other interesting piece of that is we don't perceive our own best interests. And so when we are feeling sleepy, for example, and our body is calling for rest, we judge ourselves as lazy. We judge ourselves as being wrong, or we decide to use napping as an escape rather than using it for its intended purpose, which is rest and rejuvenation. And so we don't know what the best reason is. Sometimes a nap can be absolutely rejuvenating. It can recharge us and it can give us that pull back from the external world to allow us to gain some insights and to approach the day from a new vantage point, from another perspective. Sometimes it truly is just an escape, and it then prevents us from moving forward. So just look at what is happening and be willing to gain a new perspective from a vantage point of love and openness. If again you are feeling uncomfortable, if you are feeling anything other than peace, then you are not in a space of love. If you mean anything other than love or peace or joy, you're not in a space of love. And that is your barometer. That is telling you whether you are siding with love or you are siding with fear. I hope that you enjoy these lessons. I hope that you can use them all day long, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care. Bye.